All right, guys, we're going to be doing a quick recipe. It's becoming a fall season. So we do a lot of cooking in the fall and a lot of preparing. So I'm going to be doing my casseroles again, but I'm going to do only the casseroles maybe once a week, not every day, because we have to eat low cal. So I'm going to have a lot of great low cal recipes coming up. But today we're going to just do a casserole. And it's not really a low cal casserole because I'm hungry, but I can't eat until 6 o'clock. So I'm going to show you what it is. It's called a hamburger and potato casserole. So let me get the hamburger out. Try not to eat a lot of these kinds of meats right here that's minced like this. But this says it's 100% grass-fed, organic, 93% lean, it says, but it's still minced meat. So we're going to be cooking this ground beef up to use it in this casserole here. This is a really low-cost meat. It's grass-fed, and it's only 1 pound. If you got to cook for a big family, you probably need two of these to make a big casserole. This is my casserole dish. It's very small, and it's just two of us. So for a bigger size family, cook 2 or 3 of these in a bigger dish, bigger dish. So I'm going to show you what I got here going on. Start off with, you want to brown your beef in a skillet, because it has to be brown before you mix it into the casserole dish. Brown your beef. Okay. 1 pound is enough for me and my son. There's only 2 of us here. If we have company, we have whatever we got left here. To get this started here. You don't have to add any oil because beef already is oily. You don't have to add any kind of oil or anything to your skillet. Just let it go in there. Now, with this, we're going to be browning some potatoes because it's a ground beef and potato casserole. So I'm going to use a little oil on this pan to start. I got 3 golden potatoes, 3 yellow golden potatoes. They're cubed up into cubes. Right here. And we're going to let them brown up on this griddle pan. I use 2 or 3. I'm using 3 because I want to kind of stretch my meat because I'm only using 1 pack of meat. But if you got 3 packs of meat, you probably only need 2 potatoes. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to chop a little bit of this onion off, about 1/3 piece onion. Peel it first. Just 3 nice slices of onion. Save this a little bit later. Let your beef cook up. Chop the onion, add it in with the potatoes. with it. Okay. I'm gonna add some black pepper and salt onto this. Add about a teaspoon of pepper here. Give it some pepper flavor. Oh, teaspoon and a half for me. I like pepper. Next, I don't think I have salt. I'm out of my kosher salt. So salt is salt, and just need salt. Gotta have a little salt. So we'll put some of this white salt on there with it. Get it out. Not much, but you need a little salt in everything you do, right? So just gonna add some white salt and mix it all in there. Okay, let that mix in. Now in your meat side over here, it's not a whole lot of meat, but it's fine, because it's a casserole, we're stretching everything and mixing it all together. It's gonna taste wonderful. Now, in your meat side, we're gonna go in with 1 can of cream of mushroom. Put the mushroom in there with that hamburger. If you don't like cream of mushroom, you can use cream of celery to still give it a good taste. But I like cream of mushroom with this. Mushroom's gonna give you a little bit more protein as well. Mix that around. You're gonna add a little water in there. Half cup of water. Okay. And let the meat continue to cook until it's all done. Show you what that skillet's looking like. I gotta get a better position when I'm cooking. So you're gonna let that mushroom soup cook up in there with that hamburger. Make sure it get all done and there's no red in there, you know. Okay, so that's gonna continue to cook for a minute. Then we wanna come over here and get this going. Hamburger and potato casserole. Good warm eating on a mild fall afternoon, right? Okay, now with this potatoes, I'm gonna add some oregano. Gonna put the oregano over on the hamburger side. Add a little oregano. Had to buy me some oregano today. I was out of it. Sometimes you have to reinvest in your seasonings, you know, get you some more. So we want to put some oregano, about a teaspoon of oregano over here. Okay, should have measured it. And you're going to do your parsley flake over here. About 2 teaspoons of parsley flake. You can do fresh, or if you got a shaker like me, just parsley. Add the parsley on there. All right. And just let everything simmer for a minute to make sure everything is done. Especially this meat over here. Make sure that's all cooked up with that cream of mushroom. Kind of doing laundry right now. Got things washing. I didn't get enough quarters, but we do what we can. Get some more money and go back, and I can get some more. I got 2 more loads after this, and I'll be done. What can you do? I'll put the ingredients on the video when I'm done, so you guys can see this quick meal you can make for your family. Hamburger and potato casserole. On the side, I'm just going to serve up some string beans, which I'm going to add here in the back. This will be my side dish. And string beans. You always add string bean, a squash, or a green, or a sweet potato, any little thing like that. You can always add to a side dish because you gotta get your veggies in as well as your meats. So put a little water in here and let that simmer up right quick on the side for a side dish. It's gonna come on. Okay, it don't want to work. So I'll simmer it up in a minute. Just continue browning your potatoes. Make sure they're just about done. This is 3 russet gold potatoes and like 3 little cuts of onion, brown cuts, about 1/3 of onion, mixed in with it, parsley, salt, and pepper. Over here we got our oregano, cream of chicken, and our ground beef. Making sure everything is all the way done in this. We don't want no raw meat. Okay. Make sure it's all, there's no red in here. You actually should make sure it's all cooked before you put your cream of mushroom in, because that way you know everything is all cooked. But you got to go back in the oven with it anyway. You know, but I'm not going in the oven with mine. My oven is down. I got to get me another kind of oven to cook in, unless somebody can get this pilot light situation figured out. So, okay, so these are my potatoes here. Now, what you're going to do with this is you're going to add the potatoes right on in here inside your meat when you see that your meat is done. And I don't see any more red in here. You want to make sure you don't see no more red in there with the cream of mushroom. And you're going to pour your potatoes in there so that they can cook a little bit more inside of that meat right there. Let all that stuff simmer up together. Okay, this is what your casserole is right here. Let all that kind of cook together, right? I'm going to put a little bit more water. Okay, now I'm going to show you what's next with this casserole. We're going to take this off and start on another pan. We're going to use a skillet here because we got to keep going with this. We're not done yet. We got to add some more stuff, right? Put a little bit more water in this because I got potatoes. Now, the next thing for this is we're going to add in some milk and some sour cream. milk in here. I know I got some Mexican sour cream the other day. And you're supposed to add a little soy sauce, but I think I'm out of, I got a little soy sauce. Okay. So what you're going to do with this next is get your unsweetened milk and add about a cup of milk. It's going to make like a gravy. You're going to add about a cup of your almond milk or whatever kind of milk you got. That's about a cup. It's about a cup. Add that to the pot. Next, if you got just some sour cream, we're going to add in 2 whole tablespoons of sour cream into this. I'm just going to add all of this because it's almost empty. I got some more in there. I'm going to add the rest of this sour cream in here, but it's like 2 or 3 tablespoons. You're going to add milk and sour cream together. Kind of simmer it down. Okay. It's kind of a fatty dish, but I'm kind of hungry today, so I shouldn't be eating this way, but I'm kind of hungry because I ain't had nothing to eat since last night at 6 o'clock. But some coffee today. I had 2 cups of coffee. This one I want to work. Oh, it's working. Next, get you some soy because we're going to make this like a, this is low sodium soy. Add you about 2 tablespoons of that in there or whatever's left in your bottle. Okay, and that's it. You're going to mix these 2 together here. The sour cream, the milk, and the soy sauce. And let it kind of simmer up. I'll probably put too much milk in here. Let all this kind of simmer up. It's going to give it a good flavor. And you got your potatoes and your ground beef and your cream of mushroom over here. Okay? Okay. And let me show you what we're going to do. After this is kind of simmered up a little bit, this is what we're going to do. You're going to get a casserole dish, whatever kind of casserole dish you got. This is the one I got. This is the last one here, this little small one. It's the one I always use because only 2 of us. If I had a big family, I would have 3 of these or a really big dish, you know. So, I do need a bigger casserole dish because my son can eat like 2 or 3 things. So, I believe these potatoes are done in here. Let me see. You want to make sure the potatoes are slightly done. If you're going to put it back in the oven, you don't have to worry about that. But I'm not going to put mine back in the oven. I don't have the ability. So this right here is going to go on top. It's going to be your cream. But it's supposed to be a cream, not a milk. I think I put too much milk. So you're going to take your pot holder. You're going to take your meat and your potatoes and add them to your dish. Pour them right in your casserole dish. Your meat and your potatoes. Okay? Just like that. Okay? Let me see if I got a spoon. Something, a little spoon. Pour all of that in your dish. Just like that. Okay? You got it. And you take your sour cream, your milk, and your soy sauce, and you're going to pour that right on top of your pot. Mine is kind of milky because I think I put a whole lot too much milk in it. And so there you go. And you got your thing here that's going to work in the oven, your milk, sour cream, and soy. And last but not least, you can add just some more parsley flake on top, just like that. And then you're going to use a mozzarella and a cheddar jack. Pop that off. Or whatever cheese you want a mixture of 2 cheeses, a white and a yellow. just using this Mexican, which has queso and mozzarella and cheddar jack in it. It's like a mixture of cheese. You're gonna add your cheese. Once you add your cheese on top, you stick this thing in the oven and you serve your family. Stick it in the oven. Just enough to melt everything down. You can stick it in the oven about 5 minutes at most. It's gonna melt. The top is gonna be completely melted over. And then when you take it out, you're gonna serve it on a plate. You're gonna have your string beans right on the side, and that's your dinner. You don't need a bread. You don't have to always have a bread with everything because we're on a diet. You're gonna get you some string beans like this. Put them right on the side there. And then take your hamburger and potato casserole and put it in the center like that. Okay? If you want 2, you can put 2. There you go. And that's how your meal is. You're gonna bake this up a little bit in the oven. Okay? I'm done. But this is what it looked like. I'm still gonna be fasting until 6, even though I got this plate sitting up here looking at me. Thank you so much for joining me. It's your hamburger casserole and your string beans. Okay, have a good night, guys. Bye-bye.